Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here. Thank you very much for coming back and joining us. But if you're new, if you're brand new, if you've just been scrolling across YouTube, you just found us, welcome along. Do me a favour, like, share, subscribe to this channel. It's the Hop House. We like hoppy beer. We like good house music, okay? Today we are coming up to sort of second week in February. I do just want to say, please feel free to join us this coming Saturday, sorry, not this coming Saturday, the following Saturday, the 20th. So Saturday, 20th of February, we're going to do a special house music virtual sort of rave. It's going to be Zoo Project themed. Now at the minute, I'm on Twitch. I'm possibly looking at going on Mixcloud Live. So in terms of the house music side of it, I will do a separate video because this right here is going to be a beer review, and I'll go on to that in a minute. But Saturday the 20th of February, nobody can go out to bars, pubs, raves, clubs, anything like that. So for the love of house, myself and another DJ called Chris Wise, we're going to do set back to back individually. Me here in this kitchen, him here in his house. We're either going to do it on Twitch or we're going to do it on Mixcloud Live. What I'll do is I'll put up a separate video when we've confirmed it all, but Saturday the 20th of February, 6 PM. Check it out over on my Twitch. It is DJ Eddie UK 1980. DJ Eddie UK, all in lowercase, Eddie spelled E-double-D-Y, DJ Eddie UK 1980. That's my Twitch. That's probably where I'm going to go live from. I've done a few live streams on there already. So come along and join us. We're going to go ahead and get face painted up like they do at Zoo Project in Ibiza. So that's going to be the theme. Anyway, moving on. Beer review time. This is a grower on me. This is actually, this beer that we're going to review today, it's another beer that when I first had it about 7 or 8 years ago, I went, bleh. So, like the Oakham Citra, if you look back on previous videos, it wasn't for me. It was really hoppy and tart and bitter, and it just wasn't my bag. But the times have changed, and so have my taste buds. I've adapted, I've changed, I've got into the American hop style, the New World hop style beers. So American, New Zealand, Australian, those kind of hops. That's why it's a Hop House, because we love hoppy beer. So what we're going to review today, it's a belter. It's been around now for a while. Apologies for the whirring sound and the humming in the background. My boiler's literally just behind the camera, and it's getting on in its age, I think, so it's getting a bit loud and whirry and hummy, so apologies. I did buy a little mic, but it still does it. On to the beer. What we're going to review today is this bad boy. It is Adnams Brewery Ghost Ship, 4.5%. It's a citrus pale ale, and it says there, bold citrus flavours from Citra hops. I absolutely love the design of this beer, this bottle. I love, blue's my favourite colour, as you can see, and I just absolutely love the design on the bottle. It has had a bit of a rebrand over the last couple of years. They've added the yellow to it. It just used to be blue and white, but I actually think the yellow works quite well. It says they're hauntingly good beer. You have an Adnams logo on the beer cap there, on the bottle cap. It's a 500ml bottle. It's 4.5%. It's a citrus pale ale. Now this is Adnams. They're based in, I'm trying to think of the name of the town. Can't think straight today. Southwold. Hence their bitter's called Southwold Bitter, in Suffolk. And this, as I say, when I first tried it, didn't like it at all. And it's coming to its own, I think. Well, no, probably not changed, it's just my taste buds. And now it's actually one of my go-to beers. You get it in most supermarkets as part of the 4 for 6. They also do it in a 4-pack of cans now, 440ml can, and you can also get it in a 5-litre mini keg. I think that's what made me fall in love with it a bit. We went away couple of years back now, I went away for my other half's 30th. We went to a lodge, you know, a caravan park in the middle of, well, nowhere really, there's nothing around. And we had a little hot tub in the back of the lodge, and we had a bit of a sort of rave in the caravan / lodge, if you like. And we had a mini keg of this and a mini keg of Hobgoblin Gold. And it really, really did change my opinion on this beer. I just sort of got used to how hoppy and bitter it was. And it's quite a go-to beer for me now. I do have it in the 4 for £6. There's a little Tesco close to where I work where they actually do 3 for £5 instead of 4 for £6. But it includes this. It includes Shipyards, which we've done the American IPA. It includes Oakham Citra. So they're all sort of beers now that I tend to go for. Right then, we'll get it open and get it into the glass. Get the appearance. So off the bottle cap goes. Got the Hobgoblin glass for this one. Because I haven't washed up my Purity glass, I would use my Purity glass. I just haven't washed it up recently since I last used it. I haven't got a dirty like sink full of washing up or anything. I just haven't washed that particular glass. I haven't got a dishwasher, I'm not posh. Trying to pour this well, and I haven't done because the head's quite large. So there we go, that's what it looks like. So we have a white head, maybe just slightly off white head. It's a dark, I'd say more of an amber colour rather than golden. It's probably like a traditional pale ale colour. So I remember when we had the Green King IPA, and I said it's never an IPA, it's more a traditional pale ale colour. When we had the Bass Ale, sort of similar sort of colour. So to me that is, well, it claims to be a citrus pale ale, right? It doesn't say it's an IPA, it doesn't say it's a golden ale, it doesn't say it's a session IPA, it just says it's a citrus pale ale. That to me is a traditional pale ale colour. Pale as in see-through, not as in like really light. Holding the head really well, I'll pour the rest of it into the glass. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I can see some bubbles rising up. I don't think you'll catch it on camera. It's not hissing, which is a good sign. And yeah, I like the look of that. That to me is a cracking pale ale colour. Like it. Okay then folks, well I'm going to now go ahead and get that into there. We're going to give it a whiff, see what we can sniff, and see what aromas we get. Yeah, it's hoppy, it's citrusy. It kind of does what it says on the bottle, really. Oh yeah, it stinks, but in a good way. So, I'm getting like that really American hop, grapefruit, melon, bit lemony, limey. Again, my boiler's going on, it's going like the clappers, my apologies. That smells divine, it really does. That is exactly the kind of smell I like from a beer. Not getting any of sweetness from the smell, it's purely grapefruit and melon and citrus. My taste buds are already going because I know what's coming. I haven't even tasted it yet. That is a cracking beer. The head's calmed down a bit now, but it's still got a pretty decent head on it. Still a little bit of bubbles going up the side. Alright then folks, so I'm going to go ahead and get to the taste. So we're going to bottoms up and down the old hatchet. Oh, lovely. That is divine. So you've got lovely beer, absolutely fantastic stuff, and it's just the initial feel. It's really nice. It's got a really nice mouthfeel to it. Tad bit of fizz, but it's not overly like majorly gassy. It's going to make you like burp 1,000 times. but it does have the, you know, it holds well in the mouth. Really nice mouthfeel to it. Not much sweetness going on. Stand by, I'll go in for another taste, see if I can taste whatever malt's in there. Because with it being that, you know, we did the Oakham Citra, which was of course the first Citra hopped beer in the UK. So it was prior to this. And that was a really sort of blonde colour. So this looks like it's got darker malt in it. Just trying to get the malt. No, very little sweetness in this beer. It's a hoppy one. It's all about the hops. Rolls down the side of the tongue, stays at the back of the mouth. It's still there now. It's gentler than the Oakham Citra. The Oakham Citra stayed at the back of your mouth and it almost like dried it out. You're like, oh my god, after this I need to have like a glass of water or something. You can feel yourself dehydrating. It was that Citra infused. I would think that this, I know it says on the bottle that it's from Citra hops. I would say that this is Citra mixed with something else. This is not just purely Citra and more Citra. And the different malts as well, which is making it darker in colour. But in terms of the flavour profile, totally Citra, 100%. Taste it down the side of the tongue. Grapefruit, melon, really sort of bitter tropical fruit. Not sweet. Some, you know, you look at some of the New England IPA and New England style beers, and they've got like mango and pineapple and things like that going on. This is pure bitter grapefruit, tangy, sour, bitter. Really, really is a flavoursome beer. If that's what you like from your beer, it's what I like from a beer. It's not as in your face as the Oakham Citra. It doesn't make you want to have a glass of water afterwards, but it's got the hop profile there. It is absolutely fantastic. Oh, it really smells now even more of grapefruit citrus. That's a fantastic beer. Now, what I have got under there as well, I bought it, as you probably know on the channel, I did Dry January, right? So I actually did Dry January, went for after New Year, didn't have any beer throughout the whole month. I actually lost nearly half a stone, so I'm a bit lighter now. I've lost a chin, so I'm actually quite happy for it. But I actually bought this, but the what the class is the low alcohol version. It's down there somewhere. I'm not going to root it out because everything's all stacked up under there and I don't want to make a mess, especially not live on camera. So you've got this. This is 4.5%. The non-alcohol, the alcohol free, it's 0.5%. So they have to call it low alcohol rather than alcohol free. Told my other half about it. I said, you know what? I went and bought out some alcohol free beers. She said 0.5%. She goes, no, you can't have it. It's got alcohol in it. So I didn't even drink that. But I have got it to review. So I might do that. I'm not going to do it today, but I might do it soon. It's actually quite cheap to buy. I think it's only about £1 a bottle, the low alcohol version. So I think what I might do on the channel is I'll review it independently on its own, see if it holds up to this, and then I'll get a bottle of each and I'll compare. Purely for flavours. The reason being is alcohol-free beers to me always taste like toilet. It's just not. It's not for me. You can't get away with the flavour of the hops without the alcohol, without the malt and the fermentation and all that. I just don't think it works. However, as I've said before many times on the channel, I don't brew my own beer. I'm not an industry expert. I don't work in the industry. So I'm probably just waffling on and talking absolute codswallop. But in my own head, I know what I'm on about, right? So I think that the alcohol-free beers don't work. They all taste. I remember drinking Caliber in my younger days, probably actually before I was old enough to drink, and it was dreadful. That's not beer. Now I'm not saying that the Ghost Ship is going to be like taste like Caliber, but what I'm saying is, I don't think it's going to be as good as this. Probably because I put this up on a bit of a pedestal now. And I know we reviewed the Oakham Citra earlier in the reviews on the channel. And Oakham Citra is the original Citra hopped beer, but this takes it, I think. This is my favourite. Really like this one. I also have, again, under there, and I've had it a while now, so I do need to review it pretty soon. I've actually got a Citra beer from Saltaire Brewery in Yorkshire, Saltaire Citra, and I'm wondering how that holds up. Now on cask, again, I'm just going to quickly talk about Citra beers, then I'll read the back of this, then we'll rate it, okay? So just bear with me. So on cask, this is awesome. If you ever have this on draft, it's actually the same. It is 4.5%. It's 4.5% in the bottle, it's 4.5% in the can, 4.5% in the 5 litre mini kegs that you can get from like Tesco, Morrison's and places. And it's also 4.5% on the hand pulled. On the hand pulled, that is an exceptional beer. Absolutely phenomenal. Going up in my estimations, that's probably now my top 5. That's how much my taste buds have changed. But my favourite Citra beer that I've had on cask is actually, I think it's from down south, down in Wiltshire, Hopback Brewery in Wiltshire. Hopback Citra. Amazing. It's really good. It uses the Citra hop really well, but without being too dry your mouth out on the aftertaste. And that's just a personal thing. Some people really like that. That's why Oakham Citra sells all over the place. But that's my personal choice. Anyway, let's read the back of this, and then I will sum things up, tell you what I think of this beer, and then I will leave you be. So it just says, yeah, we've got the bold citrus flavour from Citra hops on the side. On the back, Adnams Ghost Ship, sorry. There's a load of bump in really small letters. It then says 4.5% alcohol, volume in different languages. So I reckon they're looking at exporting this, because it's got some waffle on the back that is in about 3 or 4 different languages. So it wouldn't surprise me if this comes on something like websites like Beers of Europe and things like that, where you can actually get that probably throughout the EU. Maybe it was an EU style sort of exported beer before Brexit. The only description it has on there doesn't really say anything else from Citra hops. It just says, which it said on the old bottle, by the way, before the rebranding. The rebranding didn't have the other writing. It didn't say about Citra hops. It just said Ghost Ship Pale Ale. I think it said Ghostly Pale Ale, 4.5% on the old bottle. On the back it says, inspired by the tales of old smuggling ships along the Suffolk coast, this hauntingly good pale ale is full of citrus and biscuit aromas with a spookily hoppy bite. Hauntingly good beer. I actually do like the rebrand. I like the yellow writing. Adnams Brewery in Suffolk. I've heard it's a really good day out, actually, if you manage to get to go to the brewery. Apologies for my boiler whirring up again. Yeah, look at it. Look at that. Look at that in the glass. Look at it go. That's amazing. That looks... Look at it. Fantastic beer. Oh, it stinks, man. It stinks. I am really interested in trying the 0.5% of this, because I don't think they can pull it off, but I could be wrong. Also, if you check out Adnams Brewery, I think it's just simply adnams.co.uk. It is adnams.co.uk. That's ADNAMS for those that can't spell. Adnams. They are doing some collaboration beers because it's 10 years of this. Or it was last year in 2020, sorry, 10 years. So, like I said, it came out after the Oakham Citra. It's won loads of awards. It's a fantastic beer. 4 for £6 in most supermarkets. So you can pick up a bottle of this and it's not going to cost you the earth. Love it, love it, love it. 2 thumbs up from me. Absolutely fantastic. Adnams Ghost Ship, go get yourself some. Try out the mini kegs. The mini kegs are phenomenal. I've not tried the can version, but the bottle version. And when we can go back into pubs, if you see it on the hand pulled, get yourself a pint. Really is good stuff. I'm going to leave it there, people. Ciao for now.